Hey guys, and welcome back to another wonderful hoof trimming video. This animal right here that we're about to work on is a steer. This steer is being raised along with a few dairy cows in order to feed this family, but here is a problem with its front foot. The front foot of this animal is very tender, as you can see, and actually has some built-up manure and bedding that is caked onto the back of this hoof. I'm using a little bit of spray here to hopefully loosen it up and so I can break it off easier. It's kind of like PB Blaster for the cow, so if you see what I'm saying. So with this lesion, I can tell it is extremely tender. First of all, you guys didn't get to see it, but this cow walked in extremely tender. As you can see, I'm just peeling off debris and peeling off pieces of bedding off this lesion, and you can see the very tiny flinches that this cow's making. And just from simply peeling that off, you can see that little spot of redness that is coming in her hoof there from this exposed digital dermatitis lesion. It is very tender, and it is completely exposed corium. There is anything that could make this hurt or become a problem. Stepping on a piece of hay, blowing on it, it is very tender. So while I'm running this grinder, I need to be, even those occasional chips that hit that lesion from my grinder, you can see she flinches just a little bit. When we're trimming, one thing you'll see me do a lot is, even though I haven't finished the procedure with the hoof, I will clean off the opposite hoof, confirm that it is an acceptable weight-bearing surface, and apply the block before I get too in-depth in cleaning out the other side. For a couple reasons. Number one, the glue takes 2 to 4 minutes to dry, depending on ambient temperature and the temperature of my glue. And for another reason, if I am to clean out that lesion up top, and it is to get either bloody or pussy or whatever the case, it's going to create that bottom toe to become moist. And I'm trying to keep it dry so the block has the best chance of retention as possible. The glue is only as good as what you are putting it on. So as you can see, we're putting the block on, as I said. This video is very unedited. I wanted you guys to be able to realize most of the trim, realize most of the time it takes, and just take that in when you're watching these videos. I'm not doing this to make a movie, to make any of us feel warm and yummy and excited. This is hoof trimming. This is what it is. And there are some things I've done, such as picket some of this debris and keep the spray going, and doing stuff like that to try to clean out lesions so you guys can see better. And it does help me just a little bit as well. So now that we've got that block on and it's setting, we're going to take off some of all this loose and connected horn around that lesion. If there's any connected horn or debris, it can trap debris. As you can see here is just a massive pile of debris underneath that lesion. What we're doing here is pulling out a chunk of bedding that this cow, I say she, but it is actually a steer, that he has punched up in there. And in turn, every step he makes, he is pushing that debris along that corium. And in turn, it will not be able to heal. It'll just keep damaging. So sometimes if you ever see just a little hole opened up and it's not cleaned out properly, there's a very good chance that that animal gets something underneath that and it becomes lame once again. For me and most other trimmers, it is imperative that all loose and disconnected horn around any lesion is removed in order to provide full healing. As you can see, that spray has made her flinch just even a little bit. Nothing that hurts anything, nothing that really is harmful, but it is very, very tender. And you can see just cleaning it off with this gauze pad, it is very, very tender. This animal with that little bit of swelling in that opposite heel bulb has been recommended to be put on some sort of antibiotic. Anytime there is swelling, that'll tell you that there is either infection or lack of blood flow. So when blood pools, it can appear as swelling as well. So in a cow's hoof, right about here, underneath all of this heel and corium, there's a part of the animal called the digital cushion. The digital cushion actually acts as a pump. And when a cow flexes that digital cushion, it helps push the blood back from the hoof back to the heart and helps blood recirculate out of the hoof. So when a foot gets extremely sore like this and the digital cushion is not being flexed and that blood is not pumping out, it can cause pooling of blood in the hoof, which in turn will not allow that hoof to heal because the animal needs blood flow for antibiotics to even work. So what we try to do is we try to alleviate the weight off of that heel onto that other toe, which in turn will allow that foot to flex, in turn allowing blood to pump. So the block does serve more of a purpose besides just lifting it off the ground. It actually serves as a way of getting blood to recirculate to this hoof as well. Right now we're just going to clean up our margins, make sure that these cracks around that lesion are pared out as close to that corium as we can without disrupting it. Even if we do disrupt it, the corium that does get disrupted is very easily healed, and it allows no debris to be caught in between the lesion. This animal will receive a wrap and then be on her way. I keep saying her. I apologize once again. It is a he. It is a bull without testicles, making it a steer. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Have a wonderful day.